Green, the sweet Terminator, coming from you live from Wisemen to
Warriors.
Warriors. From Wyzemen2Warriorz.
Hey, welcome to the Wyzemen2Warriorz podcast. I'm Coach Stokes.
And this is Diesel Stokes.
Hey, we had a very hot guest today. WBC super middleweight champion of the world, Shadasia, the sweet Terminator Green. What you thought about the interview, Deez?
I thought it was good about how she told her about her story, how she became a basketball player to a boxers, and I thought it was a great story.
Great story, definitely indeed. So go ahead and check it out, man. You don't want to miss this. Like I said, thank you for tuning in, and we can do this without you. Peace. Hey, you want to start? Let's start off, Diesel.
Yes. Hello, Miss Green. What would you rather touch, a spider or a snake? A spider or a snake?
Man, neither. I'm scared of both of those things. I can't stand all spiders. Man, why you put that in my head?
I just bought a snake, so I just wanted to know that if you would touch a snake or a spider. Yeah.
Well, my trainer, Terrific Gifts, Ares Gifts, he got a whole bunch of snakes and reptiles. So one time he thought it was like a bright idea to bring one of his larger snakes to the gym, chase me with it. And I almost quit that day, but because it's like fear. But he helped me overcome my fear because he let me touch it. As long as the snake head is not pointed at me and it's not that huge, I mean, I go and touch it just a little bit, but I cannot stand snakes and spiders, man.
Hey, Champ, I want to ask you, I know you said you used to play basketball and reasons why you started boxing, but when did you realize you preferred boxing over basketball?
After college. My mother made me go to college, and she bargained with me and made a deal and said, because I wanted to go to the Olympics when they first started allowing women in the Olympics. But that was around the same time that I was getting scholarship offers from college and whatnot. And so, while I was in college and I was losing the love for ball, I was gaining the love and the momentum for boxing. So once I came home and I handed my mother that degree, we had made a deal that as long as I completed my end of the deal, I can go and do whatever it is that I saw fit. And boxing was one of the things. It was tough. It was hard. Not everybody was in line to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it made me feel scared. It made me feel nervous. I wanted to be a force to be reckoned with in there with those guys. And I fell in love with it. I'm still in love with it till this day.
Miss Green, I'm a competitor amateur boxer, and dancing is something that I do for footwork. What do you do to increase sharpening your footwork?
I dance a little bit too. I definitely dance a little bit too. I jump a lot of rope, and shadow boxing is really a lost art. People don't do it enough. People want to get the mitts on and the gloves on and just bang, bang, bang. But shadow boxing, you can really work on your footwork and your hand-eye and coordination and all of that. So I really spend a lot of time doing jump rope and shadow boxing.
Yeah.
Champ, I got a question. I know you hear it a lot, but you're being compared to as a reincarnation of Ann Wolfe. What do you think about that?
I like to separate the legends from the up and coming people. We have to give the legends their flowers while they can still smell them.
Yes.
And so that's a big, big, big comparison because Ann Wolfe was an 8-time world champion. Something that there's not a lot of women in the sport. I mean, only man that I know that did that was Pacquiao, and then closest Floyd. So I never want to disrespect Ann Wolfe by being compared to her when I haven't, accomplished half of what she has. So I find it as a great compliment, but I tread water lightly at the same time. Those are big, big shoes to fill. And I still to this day don't think that she received the flowers properly. So it's an honor and it's a compliment, but I got big shoes to fill being compared to Ann Wolfe.
Got you. Big ups to Ann Wolfe, no doubt.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. Miss Green, my favorite boxer is Gervonta Tank Davis. I like how he's a boxer puncher. Who is your favorite boxer and why?
Um, I mean, that it's two answers to that question, because if you ask me who I watch, as far as when I was coming up and still study to this day, is more so the old school fighters. Like I like a lot of Pernell Whitaker, Sugar Ray Leonard, James Toney. I watch a lot of Riddick Bowe. I watch a lot of George Foreman. I absolutely, one of my favorite fighters is Floyd Mayweather, but then I watch a lot of Shane Mosley versus De La Hoya, or Vernon Forrest versus Shane Mosley, and I just take different aspects of their game where they were strong at and mix them together and put into mine. Even to the point where when if I can find footage on Willie Pep,
Mm.
you know what I'm saying, like to take it back. That's my old school. Floyd Mayweather is right in the middle, old school but new school, and honestly, as far as the new age is concerned, I like to watch Gervonta Davis. He's one of my favorite fighters. Jerron Boots Ennis,
Yeah.
spar with, come up with him. One of my favorite fighters. So I literally, like, I watch a little bit of everybody, and just to still and just to study the sport of boxing and be a student of the game to perfect my craft and make sure that it's different. You know, I don't want to be like the next female or the last female. I want to be a part in ways that are extremely different. And I like skill. I like skill over power any day. I genuinely love the fact that I have that type of skill, and the power just is just what my record shows. You know.
Yep.
Champ, I tell him that all the time. I tell him, I said, don't worry about the power because the power is going to be there because we all know that skills pay the what?
Bills.
Skills pay the bills. You know, and
Mm-hmm.
with that being said, all those fighters that you mentioned, all phenomenal fighters, but one thing that I can say that they all have in common is a great jab.
Absolutely.
I let them know, like, if you ain't land the jab, what makes you think you're gonna land that right hand? What makes you think you're gonna land that hook and them other tools in the bag? So thank you, I appreciate that. I'm glad you said that because a lot of times I tell him something and he hears it from me, but then when somebody else tell him, he look at me like, I'm like, yeah, see, I told you the exact same thing. So I'm glad you said that.
Absolutely.
Hey, Champ, I want to know. I see you're not just a boxer, but a coach as well. When it comes to
Yeah.
working with the youth at the Patterson Recreation Center, how is it when you are teaching the youth of tomorrow the fundamentals of boxing?
I try to do my best to make it fun. I never forced any of the youth to train. Sometimes I get in there and the kids won't listen, and I'm like, okay, so we're gonna sit you down today. But it's really it's really an honor to be able to give back to my city in ways that we're not finished in. We don't have a bunch of thriving trainers going around to different locations to start off with the youth. And I just remember growing up in Alabama projects, and there being a recreation center in the back where I could go and play ball, and I see Mr. Moody, Mr. Al Moody, he was there, the father, and he had the patience to deal with all of the different attitudes for kids and up and coming. So I honed my skills in the back of where I used to live,
Mm.
and I just remember being a kid that was interested in learning if somebody was there to teach us. So, and these kids, they really take to it. Um, and like I said, you can only really, like, with kids, if they're not like serious about it, you can only grab their attention for about 25 to 30 minutes. So after that, you're gonna lose them. So gotta be you gotta be familiar with and make sure that you keep in mind that you want to grasp their attention and make it fun for them the first 25 to 30 minutes. And you might could get 10 to 15 minutes out of it after that. So I enjoy it. It's a way for me to stay connected with the kids of my city, um, to just reach back. And because my whole goal in life is that when I'm God willing and I go to see my maker, that somebody was touched, by me giving back or reaching my hand back to pull somebody else up. I mean, it's all good when you're living and you're doing things for yourself and you're doing things for your family. That's your family. But what about people who don't owe you anything? What about people who can't give you anything? It's like reach and teach. So I enjoy it. I enjoy it. Even when I'm tired, exhausted, I truly enjoy it.
those kids are very blessed to have you in their life for real, because you know that boxing saved me. I'm from the East Coast originally, even though I live in on the West Coast. I'm from upstate New York, Rochester, New York, and programs like boxing saved my life, man. Really saved
I,
my life. So I feel what you're saying. Thank you for being a teacher amongst those kids that really need you.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
No doubt.
Miss Green, you have a great love and respect for your mother and family. I would not be where I am at if it weren't for my parents. How has your family supported you in your dreams and goals?
Oh man, I could write a book on how my mother has supported me, and even my stepfather now, Elijah Pettaway. I was working for a job and I was living at the job, and this is just one example of support. I had got the offer to start training as I work with my management team, and they moved me out of my place, fully furnished my place, made it comfortable, and said, Shadasia, you have a degree, you've already been successful, but if this is something that your heart desires, then go ahead and fulfill that. You know, you're not going to be able to do this in 4 or 5 years. So I was able, like, my mom and my stepfather, they moved me, and I was able to strictly just focus on boxing and get up and eat, sleep boxing. And so my mother has been a constant force in my life, a motivator. She picks me up when I'm down, supports me even when it ain't clear to me. Sometimes we wake up and we question, and the dreams aren't that clear, and God's vision isn't that clear. And she reminds me that to walk by faith and not by sight, and and trust the process, and keep giving 150 to 200%, and see what you come up with. So that 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 will forever live in my heart.
Mhm.
Champ, being a boxer is a lifestyle like no other. It's a lonely road. You do things most won't. You have to be aware of the foods you eat, the friends you keep, the times you sleep. What are
Hmm.
some words of advice for those serious individuals who may want to be a competitive working boxer in the future? Meaning, someone who gets paid to do this for a living.
I say trust the process, pay your dues. And what I mean by pay your dues is just continuously grind, work hard, even when something isn't in front of you, and just understand that what you put in, you will get out. If you put in 50%, that's all you're gonna get back. And yeah, like I said, your vision might not be clear today, tomorrow, the next day, or next week, or next year, but just have faith in the man above, and in what you're doing, and have faith in the process that one day you'll get an opportunity that cannot be taken from you, cannot be shifted, cannot be mistaken, that God will present you with an opportunity that only you deserve because you put in the work.
Gotcha.
Um, Miss Green, all of these fighters are boxing on the same night in different arenas. Which one are you going to see? One, Ann Wolf. Two, Layla Ali. Three, Carissa Shields. Four, Amanda Serrano.
Oh, that is tough, man. Who came up with that question? You did? Ah, Amanda Serrano out of that group is one of my favorites. Um, but I never got a chance to see Ann Wolf live, so I probably will go see Ann Wolf.
Yeah,
But
that's cool.
quote is, if Ann Wolf fight ends early, I'm gonna go to see Amanda Serrano.
Yeah.
With disrespect to Clarissa Shields and Layla Ali, because I think they're phenomenal fighters.
Mhm.
Clarissa Shields is one of the best female fighters we've ever seen.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
um, I probably will go. I would have to do what's not like what we can't see every day.
Mhm.
That's Ann Wolf. We don't get a chance to see her every day.
Champ, I think you'll be seeing two for one because I think she's going to knock the female out, and then that give you enough time to go see Amanda.
And I'm cool with that.
Fact. Hey, Champ, who's on your hit list when it comes to females out here that you want to fight, that you want to see?
Franchon Cruz, she's a
Oh,
super
yeah.
undisputed
Oh yeah.
remains victorious in her next fight. She's my number one hit list. I like to defend my titles, and then I've also, of course, would like to test my skills against the GOAT for a top tier money, high platform pay per view fight against Clarissa Shields. She's considered one of the best, and a lot of people are mentioning me along with the best. So why not test my skills against the best? But before all that, my main goal is to be the super middleweight undisputed world champion.
You heard it live here.
Yep. Miss Green, my favorite punch right now is the overhand right. Do you have a favorite punch?
I like the left hook, the double down, left hook to the head, left hook to the body. And maybe even the uppercut after that. I triple it. But that's we call that the Black Widow here, but that's one of my favorite combinations. Off the jab.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hopefully we can see that soon, and you know what I'm talking about after these few questions. Hey, champ, what advice would you give coaches or parents who have a boxer that is interested in competing on the elite level?
I say don't push them too hard to where you make it where a lot of times some like parents could mistakenly and coaches could take the love from a kid. It gets a little serious on the elite level when it becomes competition and rankings and stuff like that. So I'd say give them just enough and let them follow their own way, unless they're too young. But if they're too young, they won't be on the elite level. But I love it. Nobody has to force me to go to the gym. Nobody has to say, "Did you go to the gym today? Did you do your miles?" I did it already. So first of all, see if the kid is serious and willing to do everything that it takes. And if you see that they're serious and they live a little push every now and then, ain't nothing wrong with that. But just don't push them too much where they're good at it and they're okay and they're having fun with it. And then now it becomes more like a priority, or it becomes more like a chore instead of them having fun and wanting to do it. And I'm not saying shy away, like let your child shy away from hard work. No, that's unhealthy.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody start things and then they want to quit. They get a little sweat. But that's my.
Thank you, champ. Well, champ, we done with the interview, except for the last part, and we do this at the end of every session. We had Sean Porter do it, so I'm hoping you step up and take the challenge as well. Cause I don't think you back down from anybody. But we do a virtual sparring between Diesel and whoever you interview. You got 15 seconds. Stand back from the camera and let them hands fly. I would love to see that Black Widow punch that you're talking about.
Yeah. All right, y'all ready?
Yeah, we ready. Stand back. Hold on. Hey, champ. When I say ready, when I say go. Okay, champ, you ready?
I'm ready.
You ready, baby?
Yep.
Work time. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Ding, ding.
That was a good sparring match.
Good work, champ. Hey, I really appreciate it. Thanks for being on from Wyzemen2Warriorz with Coach Stokes and
Diesel Stokes.
Hey, champ. Before we get off though, I'd like to know as far as my audience how they can follow you. You know, if it's on Instagram, social media. Do you have any merch that you're selling? You know, please put that out. I'll definitely put it on the podcast as well. Any events, any special appearances that you got going on, and also if you have a CashApp as well.
I do have Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. It's all under my name, Shadasia_Green. I have CashApp as Shadasia Green as well. No merch at the moment. I sold out of all of my shirts. I'm gonna be getting some new ones made soon, but that's about it. No special appearances. I just got off a big win, a big fight, so I've been resting up these last 2 weeks, still training. But as soon as I know any information from my team, I'll shoot it out there on the Instagram and let everybody know.
All right. Thanks, champ.